Hey everybody, Brian Tro coming to you with your fishing forecast. I'm on the river today. Colby and I are having a bang up day with the largemouth and the smallmouth. Been pretty good. Awesome. All right, today is Monday the 21st. It's the second day of spring, so it's been pretty awesome out here. Colby and I are just doing scouting some new water, doing a couple new floats. We got this neat little tiny raft that lets us get to places we couldn't before. So it's a beautiful day after a weekend of wind and cold, and we decided to get out here on Monday morning, and it's just beautiful out. So spring is finally really here. We've got a nice week ahead of us with days in the 60s. And it looks like maybe a little bit of rain coming in on Wednesday. So that's good. We keep getting kind of shots of rain every 3 or 4 days now. So as you can see, the water levels are in pretty good shape. The brook trout fishing's been dynamite. There's been caddisflies hatching. There's little stoneflies. There's still quills around. But all the reports on the mountains have been really good. Folks are starting off with dry droppers. And on the good days, cutting that nymph off shortly into the day just because they're catching so many on the dry. The east slopes of the Blue Ridge have still been fishing a little bit better. Conway, Rapidan, Rose, Mormons. But things will be moving across our side here shortly. So down here in the valley floor, some of the spring creeks, Beaver Creek, Buffalo Creek, Mossy, these places are starting to fish better and better each day. For places like Buffalo and Beaver that have wild rainbows, those fish are going to be looking to spawn soon too. March is when the rainbow trout spawn, and so do the suckers, the fall fish, all these other species. So fishing an egg pattern this time of year in those types of creeks is spot on. There's a lot of egg. Egg is, some people frown upon fishing egg patterns, but egg is high protein and it's easy to eat. It's a sure thing. So probably a good idea to have a few egg patterns on you this time of year if you're fishing some of our spring creeks. The brown trout have been biting pretty well on Mossy. I had a day out there the other day where it was overcast, drizzly, and there was definitely fish sipping, and they were eating little blueing olives, and every now and then you'll see one jump, and those fish are usually chasing the random caddis up. So sculpins, streamers are still working, nymphs are still working, but no giant hatches yet to speak of on the spring creeks. Out here on the warm water fisheries, the muskie bite has been pretty good. Where we're fishing, you can see here, it's a big, deep, slow pool. None of the bass have moved into what's going to be their staging areas for spawn yet. So if you come out in the river, you got to put the time in, you got to fish deep, you got to fish slow, you got to be dedicated to passing all of your favorite summer spots because they're just not there for the most part, and fish down these deep holes. Some of the shallower riffles that we've covered have got some fish starting to post up at the tails of them, starting to move in. That's a good sign. They have to work for their food there. That means they're going to start burning calories in order to put calories on. And then sometime in the next few weeks, these fish are going to leave these holes, the mature ones, and they're going to start staging in these spawning grounds. Colby and I and the guys at the shop will talk to you more about what to look for and how to fish that time of year on the warm water fisheries. And also we'll be kind of giving up on the muskie for the month of April. So that's kind of it. Fish your clawdads and just heavy flies down deep, very slow. If you've got intermediate lines or sink tip lines, not a bad idea to use those this time of year just to help you gain a little extra depth and then stay down so that when you're stripping, it's not just coming up in the water column. They're pretty lethargic. These fish, the water's still cold. So when you hook them, they're not going to fight like they do in the summer, but the bite also is very subtle. So just be super sensitive, set the hook when in doubt all day long. Be prepared to lose a few flies down on the bottom. It's part of the gig. So anyway, like always, if you guys have questions, give us a call or stop by or email us. But I got to get back to bass fishing. So I'll catch y'all next Monday. Bye.